What's going on, you little oddballs? It's your boy Coreboy back at it again today with a new video. Of course, today we are going to be doing our little overview of Operation Warpath that has just released for Halo Infinite. It came out yesterday. I know I didn't have a video out yesterday. I had to work a pretty damn long shift, okay? I was not able to get a video out on this yesterday, but actually, once I got home last night, I was able to sit down and play for a couple of hours and really get to dive into this update, and we have quite a bit to talk about because there's a lot in this update, a lot of really dope stuff, a lot of stuff that I'm super happy is in Infinite now, but we are going to start with what we always start with, which is, of course, first, the cosmetic content for the operation itself. So, of course, we do have our free 20 tier pass here in the operation. Now, of course, every 20 tier operation has the ability to buy it. You can buy premium pass here and you get these two bonuses. You get this commando weapon ornament or model. It's called the ornamented commando. I will probably end up buying this just because it does look super dope. I'm a big fan of this design. It looks really, really cool. This is all like night themed, which is pretty dope. And of course, it does come with this weapon coating as well called Few Suns. And then, of course, we have the armor set in here as well, which is just one armor set, a bunch of Spartan points, and some other very small cosmetics. Of course, here's the chest plate. Now, this is all for Mark IV, which I think is pretty interesting. I would say it kind of fits a little bit better just because it is like a bulkier set of armor. And I do really, really like the helmet for this one. So this is the base helmet. It's called Lancer. And then, of course, there is the attachment for it as well. It makes it look like a pretty dope knight helmet. And also, here is the armor coating for it. It's more of that, silver gold color, looks like armor plating and stuff. Then, of course, over here, we have the shop. We have two new bundles, which, well, I guess three, but this one we're going to get into last because it's a pretty interesting bundle. But we have Hearthguard, which is, of course, yet again, is kind of like a more, night kind of themed type stuff. Very much like medieval-esque type, vibes. And this one all comes for the Mark IV as well. You get a cool little tomahawk on the side of this one, which I think is pretty dope for a little like utility thing. I think it's kind of cool. I like the helmet a lot on this one. I just think this is a really, really cool design. Big fan of it. And then, of course, in this one, we get the epic weapon model for the Heatwave called Vondor, I think is how I'm supposed to say that, or I don't know, man. I tried my best there. Kind of got like all these like runes and stuff on it. Looks like a battle axe here. It's pretty dope, okay? I think this is a really cool looking weapon model. Of course, mine looks goofy because, well, I refuse to run anything but the Nerf skin, and I got a banana on there. I'm that guy, And then here is the weapon coating as well. It's kind of that, kind of wood style with just, a little bit of black accents and stuff like that. Looks pretty cool. And here is the coating for this one as well. It kind of got like a scales-like thing going on with the, some of the accents here. It's kind of this dark, like bluish, almost gray type color. And then we have Praetorian Guard, which is pretty cool as well. This isn't necessarily like one of my favorite aesthetics, but I do know there are some people who would genuinely kind of enjoy this armor set. I have a buddy that I think bought it yesterday just because he does like stuff like this. Kind of gives that like Centurion kind of look to it. I know he's a big fan of that. I keep making the joke that it's just Halo's versions of Saint 14 from Destiny. Of course, like I said, that's like the whole armor set. It's pretty basic. And then here is the armor coating, which actually I do like this armor coating a lot. I think the white, gold, and red just looks really, really nice. This is a very clean armor coating. So if you're into like more of the clean aesthetic, this is definitely something that I could see a lot of people rocking for sure if you're into that whole thing. And then, of course, we got Scanner from Halo 4. Well, and also Reach, because there was art for it in Reach. I can't remember if the armor set itself was in Reach or not. I don't remember. But yeah, we finally got the Scanner outfit from Halo 4, as how I'm going to refer to it. It's one of my favorite armor sets ever in Halo. I've always loved how this armor set looks. It looks so good. It's one of my favorite helmets. Like, you cannot tell me that this doesn't look dope. It has that very, like futuristic sci-fi scout look to it. But there's a really cool thing about this, in my personal opinion. So, of course, you do have the regular one here. You can use your Spartan points or your Spartan credits, whatever the fuck you want to call them. The premium currency, which would be about $15, $16 if you wanted to buy this. Or you can grind for it out here in the exchange. Now, I know in the exchange, people will see this and be like, oh, that's a lot of Spartan points. That's going to take a while to get. Well, fun fact, it's not leaving. It will be here permanently. It's already been confirmed. Mr. Unishek made a tweet about it yesterday. Overall, I think this is a really cool thing to do with a big bundle like this. People have been asking for this armor for quite a while now, and being able to get it for free if you just grind it, I think that's really cool. I will be grinding it. So, of course, I will be putting a lot of time into Infinite here for the near future. And then, of course, Hayabusa is back as well for a limited time. Other than that, if you do go through the exchange, there are some stuff from the Operation Legacy in here, specifically the EOD set, which I think is super dope. There's some other stuff in here that's like for the Yori kit. There's some coatings in here as well. This one right here for Eagle Strike. There's a bunch of other stuff in here as well. So if you don't really want to grind for the scanner set, there is still plenty to go through and buy if you do not have it. Of course, the Ghost of Breach is always in there. It will always be in there. But other than that, there's really not a lot added to the store. This is one of the smaller updates, but yeah, that's for the customization side of things. Now, let's go in and we're going to talk about the modes. So I will see you there. And the first thing we have to talk about when it comes to some of the new content with Infinite, it is the new and revamped Invasion mode. Now, if you don't know what Invasion was a mode in Halo Reach where one side played as Spartans, the other ones played as Elites, and you would basically fight for objectives. As the game went on, the map would progress in a way. It would kind of get a little bit bigger in some areas. Some areas would be more confined for like close quarters combat. Depending on what side you played on, you were either attacking or defending. Your loadouts would kind of change and everything like that. And it is officially back in Halo Infinite. And by God, I gotta say, this mode is beyond fun. It is possibly, in a casual sense, one of my favorite modes we have ever gotten Infinite. It is so enjoyable. Getting to play either side, you get to use the new radial menu feature, which if y'all don't know was added to Forge in our last update, where you can kind of go through and you pick out your class that you want. They'll have like different abilities and different weapons on them. You'll pick your spawn location. If you want to spawn on what's called your buddy in the game, you can spawn on a vehicle, or you can spawn at different points at your base, which I think is a really cool thing. And as you progress through on each side, your classes will change to kind of fit the area more. There'll be more weapons around certain areas or more vehicles around certain areas and different objectives in those each like individual spots. Of course, from the gameplay you can see here on my end, we are on the banished side, which is really cool actually. One thing I do like is they use like the whole banished look whenever you're on this team. So you have like the red like accents and stuff like that with what is it, Eritos, the AI on you and stuff. I think that's really cool personally. I like that a lot. It just gives a little bit of distinction and makes it feel unique when you're playing. And then when you're on this side, you only get Banish/Covenant weapons. So you'll have like the Needler, you'll have the Heat Wave, you'll have the Mangler and such. I will say, with the current camo buff that we have over in Infinite, I end up picking the Needler class a lot, and then just finding a Mangler and going on crazy streaks while I'm just in camo. And if my teammate happens to drop a camo, I'm also going to pick it up and repop it, so I have another 45 seconds of camo, which is kind of insane. But hey, it's kind of fun, I'm not gonna lie. Genuinely, this mode is just super enjoyable. I have had a lot of fun with it, and I can see myself putting a lot of time into this mode because there's a lot to offer. There's 6 different maps that all kind of have a whole different experience between each map with, like I said, different objectives and all kinds of stuff. I like a lot of the layouts too. There's some remakes in there from like Halo Reach and stuff. Some stuff that's influenced by like missions from older campaigns. It's all very cool. It's very refreshing, and I really enjoy this mode. They cooked with this. The Forge community, they went all out with this, and having it in the game, having a beloved mode that I know a lot of people love from Halo Reach that maybe wasn't my favorite thing just because I'm not a big Reach fan, but being able to play it here with a game that like the core gameplay I really enjoy, it says a lot. And I've had so much fun. Me and Bradshaw ended up playing this for about 2 to 3 hours yesterday, and we had some of the most fun that we've had playing Infinite in a good while, and I definitely see myself revisiting this mode a lot in the future. So overall, if you are a fan of the more casual side of things and you liked Invasion from Halo Reach, or you're just looking for a whole new Halo experience as a whole, go try this mode out. It is super fun, super enjoyable. You'll get to access some of the new Forge features, like I said, the radial menu, which you will see in this, and a lot of other stuff as well. It's very fun, and overall, I just kind of recommend it if you like a really cool paced mode. You can drop a lot of kills in here. You can get a lot of score. I think my highest kills was in the gameplay that I am showing. Of course, I'm not going to show all of it, but I think I ended up dropping like 48 kills in this game or something like that. It was kind of crazy. We were absolutely frying. I ended up getting the team into a spawn trap, which is kind of insane, but I guess they just weren't paying attention to me. But overall, this mode, like I said, is really, really good. And if you like Halo and you like Invasion and you like these kind of more big team battle type modes where it's like two different teams fighting at the Banished versus the Spartans, you will enjoy this. So yeah, that's all I got to say on Invasion, and we will get on to the next one. And now to get in to the thing that I have looked forward to for the longest time. And if you know me, you know that I'm a fan of Halo's competitive side. That has always been one of my favorite things about Halo. And yes, it is official. Ranked Legacy is in Halo Infinite. Now, if y'all don't know what Legacy is or what Delta Arena was whenever it initially came out, it's basically all Halo. They did a Halo 2 one and they did a Halo 3 one. And this is kind of a mix in between the two. There's a bunch of Halo 2 and 3 maps with the Legacy variants of mode, so it plays like the modes in Halo 2 and 3. There's no sprinting, no clambering, no sliding, etc. Jump height is increased, and it feels a lot like Halo 2 and 3. So if you were looking for a classic Halo experience and you can't find games over in, for example, MCC, you can come and play this. There, of course, is the casual variants in quick play, but this is the ranked experience. So if you like the more sweaty, start with BRs and just fucking fry games out, this is for you. And I will say this right now. This may be single-handedly one of my favorite things that they have added to Infinite in a long time. As a longtime Halo player, I mean, I've been playing for almost 20 years now. Actually, that'll be next year. I will have been playing Halo for 20 years. Overall, this mode is absolutely phenomenal. I've had so much fun with it. I will say, though, there is one thing that I cannot stand, and that is a bunch of idiots who come in and just team kill you. I had that happen in this game, actually, where I was frying out the lobby, and we just had a teammate start team killing us, and I got him booted, so I won that battle, dipshit. But as a whole, besides that, even though it's pretty annoying, it's not a common thing. It's just people who are stupid decide to do those things, and it's kind of annoying, but I can deal with. You kill me twice, I can get you booted, so fuck you, dumbass. You're not going to do anything to set us back. And what's crazy, right, is we still won the game because I'm just better. But as a whole, this is one of my favorite experiences that we have gotten Halo Infinite in a while. It feels so ingrained in classic Halo, and it feels so good with Infinite's gunplay. It's actually insane. With the precision weapons, it feels phenomenal. With a lot more of the little kind of wacky weapons that used to be back in Halo Sandbox, it's pretty dope as well. Being able to, like, use shotgun and it not feel super overpowered like it does in Infinite has been really like refreshing and nice, and it kind of reminds me as to why those weapons were GA'd for a game like this compared to how they were back in the day. Using the energy sword in ranked also feels really interesting. I'm not used to that, but it also doesn't feel too bad in here because it's slowed down. It makes the energy sword feel not as impactful as it would be if we had like the grapple hook and stuff like that from you know, Halo Infinite. But overall, this is one of my favorite experiences I've got to have in Halo Infinite in a while, and I see myself dropping a lot of hours into this new ranked legacy mode. And like I said, if you are a fan of classic Halo, you need to come and try this mode out. And I say that for one big thing. There is a good portion of the community that wants classic Halo back. And listen, I understand that. I love all Halo. Listen, I've been playing a fuckload of MCC recently. I've hit some clips recently in MCC. Just been playing it just because I like to have my fix of classic Halo. It's something that I do miss and something that I do enjoy. Now, I will say this. If you all truly cared about preserving classic Halo, one thing that I can recommend you is you go and play these fucking modes. Actually get a player base in there and don't let it die. Because what that shows to the team is that, hey, people do want this. Like, this is something that people actually really like. And if people play it, they will continue to push stuff like this out. And I think that's great. So, if you can do yourself a favor, go and try this mode out. See if you like it. See what you don't like. And, of course, you know, make your own comments about it. That's totally fine. But this is just me speaking from a longtime Halo fan and someone who does love classic Halo. While I do love new Halo, I understand that people do want a classic Halo experience, and I'm really happy that we finally have it in Infinite, especially in a ranked format that makes, you know, kind of the player base feel concluded in a way. Because we have the regular just quick play side, which is way more casual. You start with the MA5K Avenger, and then you have the sweatier, more ranked side. It feels like the more competitive OG Halo style. And by God, let me tell you, nothing feels better than going left, right, jump with a BR. It feels so good in this game. Hitting those 4 tabs with it. It feels so good. It is something that is so nice to feel. Especially, like I said, I've been playing a lot of MCC recently, so being able to hop over to Infinite and use kind of my MCC movement to a degree is felt so nice to a degree. Like it's just different. I love the core Halo Infinite gameplay, but this is something that I can just sit down and have a lot of fun with. Of course, I get pretty sweaty in here. I'm giving callouts and everything to my boys. I'm telling them where everybody's at. I'm trying to make plays here, all right? But I'm having a good time, and that's all that matters. But yeah, other than that, that is going to conclude our little talk about Operation Warpath. Of course, hop in and try it yourself. Tell me what you think about it. I'd love to hear it down below. And other than that, I'm going to hop out of here. Later.